That is so great.
Thank y'all for tuning into our Q&A. Let us
Jane
type
Roper.
your questions down below.
Jane Roper, Ipswich.
Jane Roper, hi.
Hey.
Okay, now I
Jane
can see.
Roper, hello from Ipswich.
Ipswich, United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Jessica Grant is here.
And
Okay, you guys
Terry
can see. Okay, so you guys can keep up there.
Okay.
All right, so TikTok, if you're just now joining.
Excuse me, here. Let me just...
Oh, okay. TikTok, if you're just now joining, we're not doing music tonight. That is for our live rehearsal Music Monday. But we are doing a Q&A, and it's in honor of our 5-year live streaming anniversary.
Yes.
We
We got cake.
Yes,
cake.
we got cake.
Okay, so when are you coming to the UK? That is on TikTok. That is from Gringo Sabe. I love that.
Pop Soapbox has a question.
So we'll be coming to the UK as soon as someone in the UK can hire us. Thank you. Go for it.
Sorry, my fault. Sorry.
Yeah.
Pop Soapbox is asking if we'll ever perform on the East Coast.
Coming
We're
soon.
coming
Yeah,
soon.
we're
We
Coming
actually
soon,
are.
actually.
It is coming
Yeah.
soon.
What, August?
I think so. Yeah.
August, the end of August. We gotta work
Yeah.
out everything.
Yes. Once everything is worked out, we will
Hi from
let y'all know. So yeah.
It says hi from Japan. Hello.
Hey. Ray's Outdoors 318 asks, how long have you guys been a group? We've been a family band for. Is it as long as the live as our live streams?
I think so.
It's about 4.5 years.
4.5 years. Yeah.
But we've always sung. We always did sing in different places. But it wasn't until the children, we found out that they could actually play the instruments. And then I started teaching them. And then because I was spread so thin, I had some of my colleagues at the San Francisco Community Music Center became their teachers, and I would still fine tune it to make sure that it met what our purpose was.
Okay. So I've got some questions here. Tej on TikTok said, when are you coming to Ohio? These pants make me look like I have a big old. I look like I've got like
Ohio.
Humpty Dumpty pants. Please.
No,
Anyway,
Mama.
No more of that.
sorry. Anyways, he's asked if we're coming to Ohio, so we're hoping to stop over there on our way to Martha's Vineyard in the late fall.
Yeah.
Late summer, early fall. Maj World said, have y'all won talent shows? The only talent show we've ever done actually is America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we don't really participate on that level. You know, we're genuine artists, and we do it for the love of what we do. We're not trying to compete with anyone. America's Got Talent was a different experience. They actually kept calling us, and we finally decided to go down because they said they would pay for everything. So we needed a vacation anyway. So it was a fun time. We got to meet some incredibly talented people and some beautiful people in the interim. So it was a great experience. And by the way, thank you again, Simon Cowell.
Yeah. Olive 19 said, I thought y'all looked familiar. AGT. Okay, Jessica Grant said, AGT is where I grew to love you all. Oh, thank you so much. Thoughts on the band? Oh, I don't know that band.
I know the band.
You know the band?
Good. I don't know how to pronounce the name though.
Oh, okay.
No?
I think.
Oh, okay. I saw a comment, I don't know who said it, but they said happy Band-a-versary. That was
how
really cute.
It was Najwan. I think it's Najwan.
Okay. It was
Oh, I
really cute.
love that.
But Chill Will Ryan, I saw on TikTok, I think
He asked if we have threads.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
What are you doing there?
I don't know.
It's
I
like
don't know.
Instagram version of Twitter.
Yeah, it's Threads is Instagram's version of Twitter, and I've always been scared of Twitter. I've always been scared of X, and I don't understand how to use that platform really. Chill Will Ryan, would you guys go back to America's Got Talent? It's
No.
just one special guest.
No.
I actually would say no. Would you all say
No,
no?
I want to go.
I don't know.
You know, if we went back as like a paid situation where they wanted some of the alumni to come back, yeah, we would be happily. I think I would want to go, and I think I'd be able to convince the family that this would be, and be fun. Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
but not for competition.
Yeah, not for
Mhm.
And what's awesome is like the friends we made on the show, are the other contestants. We love them, and
Yeah.
we still keep in touch with everyone. Jimmy, One Accord,
Yeah.
Bob's Dance Shop.
Mhm.
We love Bob's Dance Shop.
Tori.
Tori, yeah,
Tori.
Tori.
So great.
Thank you, Najwa.
Oh, Victory too.
Victory, yes,
Yeah.
Victory.
She's slaying.
Yeah, she is
Yes.
awesome. Flacco, 2283 asked, how long have you guys been playing? So it's a long story.
Very,
Are you
very
guys ready for a long story? And if I say, please chime in.
It all started back in the day
It all
during the
started
historic
back in the
times.
day.
You wanted to say
Papa.
it?
No, Papa should start first with his background, and then we build up.
I know, Daddy looks so good. Look how cute Daddy looks. Look at
I
Papa.
know,
Slay,
Papa.
snaps for Papa.
Mhm.
Yeah, everyone looks so lovely. Chef Brooklyn, hi to my favorite family. You are the best. Thank you so much. A favorite, did you mean YouTube family? I love that. Thank you. I would love to see you work with Dame Drummer. He's in Oakland. Dame Drummer. Am I missing? You guys, I don't hope I'm not missing anybody. Hi, Eagles01. Papa Curtis, did you ever record with Gamble and Huff in Philadelphia?
No, never recorded with them, but I truly am a huge admirer of their work. They're responsible for a generation, a part of Americana that a lot of people don't talk about. They are as important to America as Stax and Mottown. And certainly those two guys, man, what they were able to accomplish is phenomenal.
Taryn McDonald on YouTube asked, what inspired your clothes and hair? I love the 70s vibe. So positive.
Wait, hold on. Can I add some?
Let's all try to talk.
So,
Yes, please.
Like, we can't hear
a
you much, so
reminder
keep
to
passing.
everybody that says it's a 70s look. The hair has been historically, it's been a thing since
Since hair existed.
exactly. So
This is
it's
just
never been. It's
how-
never always been like a 70s thing.
I think they're mainly talking about like the vibe though.
The
Like the
clothes.
Yeah,
clothes.
they were asking
the
about
vibe.
hair as
Yeah.
well.
The vibe.
Yeah, they look
Wait,
close.
I didn't-
I just wanted to add that.
Let me
Yeah.
address that.
Well, yeah.
I'm just gonna say it from a father's standpoint of view. We didn't force this. This is just something that they just love. They love the vibration that comes off of what we wore in the 70s and in the 60s. And I believe that it stands the test of time. Color plays an important part in vibration. And what you wear is also as important as how you are inside. And so I grew up with that. That was what my parents taught me. You know, I remember the days when a man wouldn't go outside without a coat, a fedora, an umbrella, and always had a handkerchief and a pocket full of change that he kind of shingled around, you know. So that was just a thing. And so I think what you're seeing in a lot of ways is this resurgence for nostalgia, for people to go back to something that really means something. Because I think we've gone so far out that we kind of need to reel things back in. I don't know if that's the reason why my children picked up and started doing this, but this is the way I get out. I've always gotten down like this. So, yeah.
You want to answer?
I want to answer.
Yeah, I'll try to answer. What?
Yeah, hold
I'm
on.
kidding.
I have to read something that made me laugh. So, no, I won't actually.
All right. Yes.
It's, for me, it's something that I've naturally gravitated to. Most of my wardrobe has been inspired by the late 60s and 70s. I have a few pieces from the 40s, but even when I was in middle school, before that, like, because my mom and dad, they were always so nurturing of our styles and what we wanted to do. And in middle school, I used to wear a lot of vintage clothes from like the 20s and 50s at the time. So I would have different hats that my dad would pick up from different vintage stores and things that are given to me by my seniors and our senior choirs and stuff like that. So yeah.
Can someone read what Turbo Vanilli said?
Kiki. Have Kiki do it for you.
I'm not trying to
Quickly
talk.
Okay.
before it moves.
Turbo Vanilli is asking, but it's what makes the channel feel so fresh. The clothing, the music, the personalities, and that hair. It's just you being you that makes it so genuine. Oh, thank you.
I love that.
Here you go.
Cute. Well, for me, I'd say it would probably naturally happen because ever since I was little, I've always loved like old looking gadgets and posters
Yes,
and
you
like
did.
old
Yeah.
things. So yeah, and I collected a lot. Like since I was, I don't know, maybe like, dang, I don't remember
You've
when
done
I
it
started.
for a long.
For a while, I just like
yeah.
collecting old things.
Yeah.
So specifically from that era. So I think it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shay Marcellus says you're
Shay
fine.
Marcellus of the Marcellus family.
Oh.
Damn.
Hi. So I see someone on TikTok asked a question and I took note. Oh, thank you so much, Royal on TikTok. Yeah. We're not performing today. This is a Q&A, and it's because we've been asked we haven't done a Q&A in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted to do this in honor of our 5-year live streaming anniversary. And we just wanted to take some questions, take some time today, and we do have a cake
Yeah.
with candles. So yeah, like Papa C said, you can have your virtual cake. Patrice Williams said, "You all inspire me to wear my big fro too."
Hey.
Excellent. So on TikTok, I'll read a few more. Do you ever? This is Buddy on TikTok. Do you ever have musical conflict on choosing songs to play? Does anybody want to answer that?
Not really, no.
Have we ever?
No.
I don't know.
Not really. We've all kind of been on the same vibe, and if we are kind of maybe debating what songs we want to do, they're kind of within the same energy. So it's never been. Yeah, we never really had that ever.
A lot of times we pick music
Here.
according to the audience. Yeah, a lot of times we do pick music according to the venue and the demographics. That plays a part in it because we want to be able to reach people where they are. We want to be able to reach people according to who they are. And we know music is universal, but there are some songs that we do use as target pieces to make sure that we're talking to the people that we're performing for.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So on TikTok, someone asked, "What state are you in?" We are in California.
Yeah.
Destiny Final Shape said 60s and 70s. I say it was a time of change and music paved the way. Times were changing. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay.
Wait, there was a question on Sunny Island that asked what our favorite ice cream or sherbets were.
Ooh, our favorite ice cream or sherbet. Okay. For me, even though I have not found a vegan version of this that I would consider be really good, but I love Rocky Road.
Mickey Cassels or Castles.
Castles.
I got best acro at Hayward High in 1973. Now I'm a bald-headed old guy still jamming on the pump.
Oh, we love that you're still jamming, and I'm sure you have a beautiful bald head.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those days myself.
Favorite ice cream?
My favorite ice cream, black walnut.
Yeah.
All right.
Always
What
bet
is
on black.
that?
You never.
Never had that in my life.
Okay.
Pass the
Pass
mic.
it.
Just do it softly.
I don't know. It's whatever's good in the moment, I guess. I don't know. I don't actually have a favorite ice cream. I don't really eat ice cream.
I got
Okay,
one.
pass it, I guess.
I got one.
Vanilla mixed with some black coffee.
Okay, let me get this somewhere.
It's yummy.
One of my favorites, which I don't have often, is when Oatly, sometimes when I see it in the store, I will get it. Raspberry sugar is my favorite. That brand of Oatly ice cream is really
That's
good.
really good.
No,
Oh yeah, sorry.
We've got that.
Somebody likes your shirt, Niall.
Thank you.
No.
Let me get out. I'm trying to.
I don't know. I like strawberry. I guess. This person right here, he said, "My dad likes black walnut. He didn't have to worry about his kids eating it."
Black walnut is good.
I've never had it
never tried
before.
Can I read
Yeah,
it?
we have.
Oh, wait,
let's-
I'm
let's-
sorry.
They only had it like once at that ice cream place we go to. Like, it was orange creamsicle. I really liked it.
Oh yeah, on
that was
on Castro,
delicious.
right?
No. It was at that food court that we always go to in Oakland.
Oh,
The most
introduce.
difficult thing for us is to find really good vegan ice cream because we're plant-based and we've been plant-based for almost 10 years. So it's it's kind of hard to find the right stuff.
Okay, and then I have Josh Turner.
Oh,
asked-
Walter Beasley.
Oh, Walter
Why
Beasley!
Why, Miss
Walter,
Beasley?
thank you so much for the
Thank you.
super chat.
He said black walnut.
Black
is
walnut
bomb.
is the bomb. Okay, all right.
Never
I
tried it. I don't think I've
never
tried
had
it
that
before.
before.
Wait, we've got someone else asked what our favorite donut is.
Regular plain, nothing.
Okay, my favorite donut is Kiki makes the best vegan donuts, and she actually bakes them, and she made this chocolate icing,
Yeah.
and she made like 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
That was longer.
Oh, longer.
Longer.
Anyways,
Like 3.
I asked Kiki for my birthday if she could make just a pile of donuts, and she surprised me with it. I was so excited. She hasn't done it since. She has not baked donuts since.
Someone
so.
asked how tall is Niall.
Oh, Sunny Island?
6'2".
Yeah.
He's a little
6'7".
over 6'2".
Yeah.
So I have a more serious musical question.
Oh, okay.
Josh Turner asked, how do y'all create songs? Melody first or chords? Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
Anybody want to take this?
I feel like it kind of starts
Zop.
however.
Oh, you want?
Yeah.
It starts however. If you have a melody in mind, if you have like a drum beat in mind, a bass, like something like that has to do with like a bass or guitar, anything that is part of a new song, it starts with something and then you keep adding on to it. We don't have a specific thing. Or even with like lyrics.
Right.
It starts with that too as well.
The way I can explain it is like, when you play with a jigsaw puzzle set and you don't really think about what piece you're gonna get first. You just get the piece and then you kind of go from there. That's how I describe it with how we made music. Everything just kind of fits in place, and we've never really worried about what's gonna go first because it all happens naturally.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Well, one of my favorite moments of watching my husband write music was there was a bird singing outside of our window, and he wakes up, right? I was up and I was just kind of looking up at the ceiling. My husband starts playing the melody, and then he starts writing this beautiful song just based off of what the bird was singing outside. Or maybe it might not be one of my favorite ways of waking up, but my husband wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning, starts playing music, and he's like, hey, do this harmony with me. And I'm like rubbing my eyes, I'm like, what? He's like, come on, sing this note. I have to record this, I have to get that down. So yeah, it was really, that's one of my most memorable moments.
So, with music, the magical thing and the beauty of music is that inspiration can come to you in any kind of form or fashion. There is no one way that you're inspired. I could be walking down the street and see something happening that could be positive or negative, and it affects me in such a way because I am a person who takes in a lot. And so I'll come back to my laboratory or my laboratory.
Oh.
And what the beauty of this family is that my wife and I homeschool our children. We took them out of school because the schools were not happening. And they all have individual aspirations. Some, want to be astrophysicists. We have engineers. We have almost every science aspect of life in here. Music is just who we are. It's not what we do. They all have their own goals of what, where they want, to be in society outside of the music aspect. But we live in vibration. We live in frequency. And so we take in everything. And so the writing and the inspiration for the music comes from so many different places. And you never know what's going to hit you at any given time.
So I have a few things. So DQ asked, do you ever have people complaining about the noise?
Oh yeah.
We have
surprisingly no. After,
we have the best neighbors.
All the years
Best.
we've been here now.
Yeah, shout out to Bayview, shout out to LeConte Street, shout out to I don't think anywhere else in San Francisco we could have done this. So yeah, thank you. And also we had somebody ask a great question. Was it Sir General, our cousins in Ohio said, that's a beautiful family. They must be Curtis's. Ow. Okay, and then we had somebody else say something. Oh, Raised Outdoors 318 asked, who wrote the lyrics to Love Is What You Do? What inspired the song?
I wrote that song during the pandemic. And wow, Omnipresent Wave says your music got me through some hard times.
Aww.
When I see that almost brings tears to my eyes. Because Walter's watching right now, and Walter Beasley, and I'm sure he can attest to this. People come up to us all the time, and I've had people just walk up to us in the store and just go to tears and talk about the inspiration and how we've helped them through some hard times. Well, during the pandemic, we were part of the first responders. We went out in the community and handed out groceries, and then after we gave them the groceries, we would sing them a song. And people were despondent, depressed, disparaged, and somehow we felt that we had to help them through this because we got family. We have someone that we can lean on here.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were shut in, especially our senior community, and they had no family and no one that cared for them. And so we would go out and we worked with the different entities, IT Bookman, under the direction of my dear sister and friend, Felicia Thibodeau. And then we worked with the great sister that goes back with me, Gwen Westbrook. And they had programs where we would get groceries and then we would go out and deliver them. and then we would just sing them songs. And so when I saw this desperation and this loneliness, that song came to me as an inspiration. And that's how I wrote that song.
Nice.
Oh, I can get it.
Any more questions?
So, just to let y'all know, if you see Mama C typing over here, she's going through everybody's questions and typing them so that nobody's being left out. So we will get to your guys' questions eventually.
Hold on. Sir General said, "Love is What You Do" is a song that's now part of my DNA.
Oh, wow. That's so
I love that. That's so
beautiful.
nice. Oh, do you guys sell T-shirts by DQ and DQ Muse
We're
101?
restocking.
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
restocking our t-shirts, especially,
forgot.
are we doing t-shirts for third?
Yeah, we're gonna do all of that.
Yeah, we'll be selling t-shirts for our third.
I think I
album.
saw Walter with one of our t-shirts on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do have a link on our website. It's at Bonfire. They're a company where I really love it. So we can create on their website how we want the t-shirt to look, and then they handle all of the printing and the inventory and the shipping, which is so great. And our best-selling t-shirt on Bonfire is the one that the Walter Beasley, the one he purchased, and that's the one that's based on our song Future. And it says, "Love, our future is here." And it has a little horse and a magic, not a magic, it's what do the fortune tellers have? Fortune
Before
tellers.
the years before the
Yes.
ball.
What is
Brian
this?
Will asked if Papa C performed with the original Hawkins family singers in pink and green suits.
Yes. Yeah, I saw.
No, I did not. This was after. This was with Walter when Walter created Love Center and became a minister. And this is the brother of Edwin. I knew that family well. Had the pleasure of singing with them in New Orleans and then here in the Bay Area. So I was singing with a group called the Father's Children out of Grambling State University, where I matriculated. I graduated from Grambling. And we were the ambassadors for the school. So we would go out with the president of the university, and we got to sing for some of the not only the pioneers of gospel music and sang with them, but a lot of the old quartets like the Gospel Keynotes, the Jackson Southerners. I mean, we were on this whole tangent to really try to help people through it by singing gospel music. So yeah, it was some interesting times. I almost flunked out of school singing with the Father's Children. Jimmy Swaggart. We got caught up in a lot of stuff back in those days.
Okay, hold on, we got some more questions. J Manco Music, how long has Niall been playing? He be killing it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Niall. Question for Niall. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't keep track of time.
We know.
Okay.
Wait, and then when there was another one,
Mommy,
someone
what's your
asked what is our favorite science fiction movie?
Everyone knows mine.
Yes, we do.
Matrix.
Oh, they got a
Bill and
question.
Ted.
Are you for
There's
real?
a time travel movie.
I mean,
That's
no.
science fiction, dude.
Okay, Kiki's
Time
is
travel
Bill
is
and
a
Ted.
separate
Okay, I don't. Do I have one? I don't have one. I don't think so.
CJ Cross said, I would love to hear your version of Fantasy by Earth, Wind, and
Yeah,
Fire.
here. I've actually seen someone, it was on YouTube or TikTok, they were asking if we do Nights Over Egypt by the Jones Girls. First of all, we love the Jones Girls. They don't get spoken about enough, but, Nights
Also a
Over
Gambling
Egypt.
Hub.
Yeah.
It's a Gambling Hub
Yeah, that is a fantastic song, of which we were working on for some time, or planning on it. Sir General, at what age did Mommy C develop that voice of hers? I was an adult.
Sorry.
So
She
I
was
started in my
street.
20s. I started in my about mid-20s, and when I met Papar. So this is the whole story. after I finished college, I was in college right before I finished, a band, I was just kind of noodling about on a piano and singing a little bit, and someone walks by and they're like, hey, you want to join our band? And I was like, sure. And then I realized as I was performing, I didn't know what I was doing. I had no idea, and I kept asking friends, like, please, I need help, like somebody can teach me or whatever. And then a friend of mine, her name Helen, she introduced me to Maestro, and that's how we met. And for me, I feel like I was into him more. I was into him because I remember what he was wearing, and I remember like what we talked about. He doesn't remember any of that, but that's how we met. And he actually tried to fix me up with someone else. So yeah.
No.
But yeah. No. Anyways.
I was her teacher.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's how I met my husband. He was my voice teacher, and that's the beginning of our relationship. And really, as the children got older, I feel like my voice got a bit better. Yeah.
So, my wife has been singing. When she first came to me, she could barely get out a note that was audible. But what happened was, I worked with her, and she was such a student of the art that a lot of what you're hearing is just her motivation for hard work and studying. I've taught thousands of students, and I would say my wife is probably at the top of that list. Just so motivated to know the history of our music, to just studied all the time. I remember in college, I would practice 11, sometimes 18 hours a day, and I look at my wife, she pretty much had that same motivation. And so, it's a lot of this is really, her hard work, and she put in the work, believe me. So I gave her the tools and basically guided her and, monitored along the way. But a lot of this is my wife.
Oh, honey, that's so nice.
Oh wait.
Have Niall answer that.
Answer what?
Answer what?
Does Niall play upright bass? You also have another question, but answer that one first.
Yes, answer question.
No, I do not. Not as much,
You
but
play it.
I've
He can
played it
play
when sometimes I just noodle around with it when we're at a community music center. So yeah. And there's another one you guys.
There, S. Najwa asked who your favorite bassists were or are.
I think so.
Yeah, I love
I like Thundercat. Thundercat's my favorite bass player.
Yeah.
Can I have?
No. Okay.
Can I answer a question?
Well,
It's from Willie Smith on TikTok. He asked, "What instruments do we all play?"
Oh, start with you. You're the
Also, CJ Cross said Miss Lucille is pure fire.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we're getting Miss Lucille love. CJ Cross, thank you. I love that.
So start with the oldest. I play guitar and violin. No.
I play bass.
I play the drums. I am learning piano, banjo, and I play the kalimba.
You got one? Oh, you got two.
Guitar.
The lefty.
Oh, shout out to Love.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just discovered you guys like a week ago. What a beautiful family. Please come to
Oh.
Chicago.
Thank you so much,
Oh my god, have you seen
for the
Oh my
super
God,
chat.
it is so bad, dude.
Okay.
What am I doing?
Instrument.
Oh, I play mainly piano. I play bass and a little bit of guitar and stuff. Yeah. Stuff,
All right, Papa.
You're
Oh,
so
Papa.
emotional.
Papa plays everything. He is our sensei, or teacher. I always call him the
Sensei.
master splinter of
Yes.
music and martial arts. And we're like the Ninja Turtles. Here, Oh, and Mama C plays congas as well as
Guitar.
percussions as well as the
Plays
drums
guitar.
and guitar.
Yes, and piano. She plays
And piano.
and she's very good at all of them.
The 5-star review says President Obama was left-handed. We make up almost 90% of all the geniuses in Earth.
Oh, what? Papa C's a lefty too.
Get into it.
Let me
Oh.
see that.
Idris Elbow asked the question.
Wait, Idris Elbow.
Wait, there was
I love you.
I love it. Well, let me answer that question about the instrument. Being a musician from Crescent City, from Louisiana, growing up all over Louisiana, in fact, you kind of played what was left in the corner. Whatever was left, if someone grabbed an instrument, then you were left with it. I happen to have gone back to school and gotten my degrees, my bachelor's in piano and voice, and then my master's in orchestration and arranging. Some of the degrees that I actually went back and got. So it's been a journey, and any musician worth their weight in gold, particularly those of us who consider ourselves to be music, we don't look at the tool really as an instrument per se. We're the instrument. So whatever you play, it doesn't matter. You should be able to pick up anything and play it. Do I read music? I read music as well. Everybody here reads music. And we play by ear. And one of the most important things I believe is that we should be taught to hear music and listen to music and play without reading music first. Because the heartbeat represents the drum and the voice. Those are the most primal tools that we have. And so if we can learn to communicate musically, I think we'd have a much, much better way of communicating as a planet. And I belied that music is our birthright, and everyone should be a musician.
Shout out to Loa.
Thank you,
for
Loa.
the donation.
Oh wait, another one?
Also,
you
Idris
so
Elbow
much.
asked
Really
if
wanna
we could
answer
learn
the
another
question.
instrument, what would it be?
Cello.
Cello.
I'd rather us keep these.
Sorry, I
Yeah,
have
can we keep going with the?
I know, I'm so sorry. There's
No, it's not you.
So Eagles01 said, Phoenix, when you gonna let that beautiful voice go with the Minnie Riperton song?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, when she's not sick.
Let's make sure we're saying
To answer Idris Elbow's question,
Elbow?
it has to be like another stringed instrument or like a horn instrument for me.
I love.
Wait, hold
Somebody
on.
read
Jose
that,
Sanchez says, when I
Oh,
first
sorry.
clicked on your live feed, you were playing Betcha Put Your Pants On. I love that song. I downloaded it on Spotify. Thank you. And to answer the question,
And S. Najwa Deckard.
exactly my instrument music saved my life at 5 years old.
Oh wow, I'm sure there's a story with that, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I'd love to
Is there
hear
anyone
that.
else?
Okay, it's a new instrument to play.
Oh my
I
gosh,
always-
wait, hold
Okay,
on.
are we
Mama.
Sorry, I'm seeing a really good question on here on
Can we
TikTok.
write it
Will you
down?
write it down,
Wait,
please?
wait,
Yeah,
wait,
okay, I'll write it
Screenshot
down.
it.
Good.
Screenshot it.
I've always
Answer.
wanted to play either harp or one of the wind instruments. I'm not sure which one, but yeah, that was one of the ones I wanted to play.
You know?
I'm still learning bass, so bass, and I also want to play drums a little bit and piano. That's it.
Yeah.
What about you, Phoenix?
I said
Bass.
Stringed instrument and horn.
okay.
For me, it would be harp, and I am kind of learning the flute a little bit, so flute and harp.
Thank you, Margot, for the donation.
Oh, thank you, Margot. Thank you everyone on TikTok. Royal Kalila, Chilwell Ryan for the gifts on TikTok. Thank you, Margot, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Someone on TikTok asked, how old is Johnny Speed?
Oh
That's
my
a
God.
Superman!
I think I created Johnny Speed 2019, so he'd be 6 right now. 6 years
Aw,
old.
6
Aw.
years old.
6 or 5.
Look,
6,
the
5
John,
or 6
read
years
that
old.
John Turner comment.
Papa C, I love that song Franny Boo. by
Expression.
Oh my gosh!
Yo.
Bro, we've got super fans in the
We do.
house.
Wow.
That's so beautiful.
That's wow. You've been following me for a while, haven't
Or they might have just gone down the
you?
rabbit hole.
That album I did on Kalimba Records when I was on Earth, Wind, and Fire's label under the great tutelage of Maurice White, who was a phenomenal Sunny Island. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, another super chat. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Sunny Island.
Maurice White was a mentor to me, and I learned a lot on Kalimba Records. You know what I learned mostly? He said something to me. He said, Stro, you're a musical genius. He said, but when I get ready to do those vocals, I'm gonna be all over your ass on that. And so he taught me really how to record vocals in the studio. And I learned so much from that because he was so meticulous when it came to articulating the story. And I really have benefited from the late, great Maurice White. Thank you, Reese. Love you, brother. Thank you. for what you
CJ
do.
Cross, I
Oh, what's the
introduced your
TikTok?
music to my 80-year-old aunt, Meg, a couple weeks ago.
I got it.
And she said you have a new family member? Is that?
Yeah.
Is she loves the emotions and fell in love with flowers. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
I really wanted to read that.
William Thomas.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I took a picture.
You wanna read
Anything
that?
from TikTok?
Yeah, I'm responding on.
Oh.
Raised outdoors.
Oh
Thank you so much for the big donation.
Oh my gosh! Raised outdoors.
Louisiana.
Jesus.
Oh wow, you guys.
From my home state.
Yo,
Love
so
you.
thank you everyone for your gifts on TikTok. Queen Mother, Pretty Mama, CN Royal. Thank you so much. Was that outdoors?
Yeah.
Everyone,
Yes.
thank you so much. So, look, especially now, we know that times are rough, especially now. So,
Yeah.
no matter how small the gift, no matter how large, but geez, guys, thank you so much. And somebody on TikTok, I didn't see their username. There's so many comments and questions, so thank
What
you.
is your favorite song? from
Somebody,
him?
okay, they asked, somebody
Oh.
said, how did he get all those women? So,
Uh,
I'm Mama C, this is Papa C.
We're his daughters.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we have 4 daughters and 1 son. So anyways,
This
No.
is not a harem.
Please don't feed in.
Okay, anyway.
November 1996,
God,
Protection
God.
2. What is your
That's
favorite
Jordan
song?
Barbie.
Oh, Jordan Bobby.
Yeah.
God.
Favorite
What is your
song?
favorite
Yeah.
song from Awaken 1 and Awaken 2? Yes, we do have music out. 2 albums are out streaming everywhere. Start with Papa.
Oh, Najwa. We love Side by Side. Oh, great song.
By side.
Short answer.
Wow.
Short answer.
You know, I don't have a favorite song. Everything that we do has a reason and a purpose behind it. And so with that in mind, it's very hard for me to just pick out one song because they're all so, wow, yeah, that's a hard one. I'm gonna let one of them go.
What's the song called?
Well, it has to be Keep a Positive Mind from the first album, and then for the second album is Better Together.
Aww.
Wait, know what? Better Together or Listen?
Love's Where You Go.
And then the second one. Second album.
Thank you.
I don't have a favorite for any of them.
No, favorite from Ice favorite from
Well, the first one, I always loved Happy Hippie on the first one. The second one,
Of course you love Happy
Better Together. That's my favorite.
Positive Mind.
Oh, beautiful.
I'll go.
Girl, what?
Favorite
Oh,
song?
let's make. Never mind. Let's make a deal. Yeah, that's the second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot that was on there.
For the first album, my favorite is Love Is Where You Go.
Aw.
And second one is what's it called?
Bruh.
Is It Possible?
Oh,
But my favorite
Yeah.
song to play in general is Happy Hippie.
Period.
That's your favorite one to play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my turn. My favorite song from the first album. Oh man, that's tough. It's got to be Keep a Positive Mind. Awaken 2. Ooh. Let's Make a Deal.
I knew she was gonna say that.
Yeah.
And someone did ask for the story behind Let's Make a Deal. Did you share your favorites yet?
Oh.
Daddy and I don't have favorites.
So,
Okay. So can we please share the story with Let's Make a Deal?
Yeah.
That's off
okay.
of our second album.
So Let's Make a Deal is a piece written by the great Hubert Eves, the mastermind behind D-Train. He and James D-Train Williams. They call him James D-Train Williams. The two of them created the duo D-Train on the East Coast. And wow, this is a long story. I'm gonna try to make it short. So anyway, I was actually flown out to New York and lived in Hubert's house with his wife Mara and Dana, and he would throw the track on, and then I came in and did the vocals. We had no idea what we wanted the song to be, so he actually went upstairs and went to bed, and when he came downstairs, I had most of the song, the melody and the background down, and so that's kind of how that song happened. It was written by by Hubert Eves and myself on the East Coast during the winter in New York in, I guess, 1987, I think. And so my family got a hold of it. I was just playing it on a cassette, and they went berserk over the song.
Okay, hold on. It was me.
Okay.
So,
Okay,
Mama
Okay, I'm sorry,
first.
right after you.
Mama first.
So I went through this suitcase of cassette tapes, and I pulled that out and I played it, and I lost my mind when I heard the song. I thought it was so great, and I was pregnant with Zahara at the time, so I would make sure. So thank goodness my husband was able to get it onto to digitize the data and then
Hubert.
have a. Oh, Hubert did that,
Hubert.
and then we had a CD. So I would literally play the song all the time, and all of the children grew up with me loving the song, and then they loved the song. So here,
It's so good. Wait, we need to release
No.
No.
So, the version that's on our album, the second album, Awaken 2, that, I don't think, because you guys will never hear the original version, there's so much power.
oh my gosh,
It was
We
so,
took a lot of 80s
there
stuff.
were a lot of 80s sounds.
I love the
To
80s
me, I
sound.
feel like that's what made the song.
Yeah.
Like even the talking at the beginning, which you guys will never hear.
And Papa C rapped a verse. Yes, on the original. On the original.
I don't remember that.
Was it, just wanted to answer this question because Najwa Dekard, they
Yes.
asked, he asked you, he said, Papa C, what was the song that the kids were playing when you were on the business call and you told them to turn the music down? Remember when you were talking about
White
when we
Rabbit.
first started?
White
Yeah,
Rabbit.
it was White Rabbit. We played White Rabbit. That was our first song we played as siblings.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Simone on TikTok said, wow, thank you so much for sharing. Let's make a deal. It's a bop. It reminded me of the 80s. So yes, my dream is to do a music video and have like a flashback of Maestro in the full 80s regalia, like leg warmers, tights, and Gumby haircut. However, Papa C's oldest son is a spitting image of him.
This is a light moment.
Spitting image. So we would have him do all of like and he's a fitness model, so he's like incredibly ripped. So
His
he would,
name.
yeah, his name is Brian Curtis, and yeah, he would be perfect for this music video to like lip sync all the songs and do all the dances. Fantastic.
So, CJ Cross asks, are you all getting a lot of positive feedback from our young brothers and sisters? Anybody wanna make it quick?
Yeah, we've been, I haven't heard anything bad, not like I'm gonna care, but, but yeah, we've been getting a lot of positive stuff.
Then there's which child is more like Papa C?
And
Oh.
creatively, he said creatively.
Creatively,
Zahara.
Zahara.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Sir General said, I was ripped 30 years ago.
So was I.
Somebody asked what you were munching on, Niall.
Trail mix.
Yeah.
Someone said, Najwa said, I love White Rabbit. And then someone said something about the birthday song.
That was their favorite.
They
He
were
said he-
playing.
he
They
said he
were
wanted
playing
to play it.
keyboards. They were playing keyboards.
Okay, can I have another
Oh,
question?
shout out to Natural Nene for the $2 donation.
Thank you. Don't announce it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So-
I don't want to. Yeah. Sorry. So, do you want to say something, darling? I have another
Yeah.
question to answer.
When are you guys coming out to Central Florida? One of my favorite dear friends, Reggie Oliver, consummate horn player, played in my orchestras for years, lives in Florida. He's been trying to get us to come there. Look up Reggie Oliver. He's Walter, Reggie Oliver. I think he might have been there when you were at Berkeley as well.
Okay.
So yes, we're coming. We're putting stuff together here.
So Eagles on One on TikTok said, "I'm a Christian. I love church. Do you enjoy singing church songs? And what song do you love singing when you do?" My favorite is when we sing as an ensemble or as a whole church is doing like old 100s, meaning the traditional songs that are done traditionally.
Walter knows Reggie.
Oh really? Oh hey, cool. So sorry. So if we sing in church, I love doing songs like "Pass Me Not." Songs that really, or a song that I've always wanted to do was "I Feel Like Singing" by the Hawkins family.
Yes. Anything by like the Hawkins. Oh my god.
Say it.
Hold on, let me see. S. Najwa said, 6 years ago, your live rehearsal footage, I want you back, feeling alright, yes we can, White Rabbit. I screamed when you started playing White Rabbit. That was 6 years ago?
Wow.
Oh my
I thought
god.
that was 8 years ago.
8?
I don't know.
It was 6.
Oh, do you have plates?
Yeah, they're over there.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh,
You
Yay!
gotta move your bottle.
When you go to the recording studio, do you play together or separate? We do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we play together and sometimes we do some overdubs. But a lot of our stuff is live. Yes, it is. Not as live as we would like it a lot of times, but we this year we're also doing a jazz album. So we will all be in the studio at the same time, because there's no way that you can authentically play jazz music unless everybody is all hands are on deck.
When can we do this? The
Ooh, I guess
Mama,
anytime.
question.
Well, you have a question?
Papa
No,
has
no,
to
so
do
that's
it
a
'cause
good
he's the only
question.
one
That
who
is a
can
good
sit.
question.
Oh, yeah.
So we've got, hey, from Portugal, Annie Kirk Franklin. Yes, we actually do a few of those songs, holiday songs, and songs like "You Don't Have to Worry."
There's no Christmas
Oh,
without
yeah.
There's no Christmas.
Okay, people.
Without you.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Alright,
you.
Oh, okay, everyone. This is how we're going to sing it. We're gonna sing "Happy 5-year live streaming anniversary
Absolutely
to
not.
us." Happy
Why can't we
5-year
just
live
use what
streaming
someone
anniversary
said?
to us.
Band-a-versary.
Oh, Band-a-versary.
Who said that? Let us know.
Who said Band-a-versary?
It was
That's
S.
so
Najwa.
cute.
No, it wasn't S. Najwa. It was someone else.
I like Band-a-versary.
Oh yeah, it was. It was S. Najwa.
Najwa. Okay, thank you.
Najwa.
Yeah. So it's
Happy
well,
Band-a-versary
To us.
to us. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Happy Band-a-versary to us. Happy Band-a-versary to us.
Harmony.
Happy Band-a-versary to us. Happy Band-a-versary to us. To yas.
To yas.
To yas.
Also, DQ asked how's Kiki's sciences today.
I'll be fine tomorrow.
Yeah, Kiki will be good.
I'll blow this out.
So
Oh,
the
yeah,
Power
yeah.
Program said on TikTok said happy 5-year
Okay, can we
Band-a-versary. Congratulations.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm blowing it out because there's a lot of colds in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay! Okay.
Oh, I'm scared.
Oh.
I'm scared to do now.
Is this a trick?
No, it's so easy to
Oh.
blow.
And this is
That's
not
Papa's
only
fine.
a
That's my horn.
celebration of our Band-a-versary, which we are now calling it, but it's also a celebration of the new community that we built on YouTube
Nope.
and TikTok and all of our platforms.
Okay.
And yeah, so thank y'all so much for joining us in our family. Thank y'all, Miss Nisi.
Diversity of
MC.
love. Hey.
Thank you for the donation.
Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much.
Chat. Wow. Thank you so much.
Wow, everyone. DQ, yay, what is that?
Yes.
Are those like spark? No, those hand emojis? Sparks?
I think they're
They're
sparks.
claps. They're clapping.
Put a mask on before you blow the cake. That's hilarious. Next album is dropping.
Oh,
We
sure.
will provide you a date. We will provide you with a
Oh
date.
yeah, Miss
soon.
Macy MC, happy birthday tomorrow, Mama C.
Oh,
Thank you.
Mama just wants noodles.
I just want ramen.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all I
all
want.
Mama wants.
I just want ramen. So, everyone cooks. Papa C is a fantabulous chef,
Yes.
and thank goodness Zahara has learned how to make his style of
Gravy.
soup of stews. So all I wanted was my favorite ramen style noodles, and for Zahara to make a big pot of soup, and that's what I want for my birthday.
Someone said, I would love to hear you all do Take It From Me. Someday we'll all be free.
Oh
That's
yeah.
That's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times when you redo people's stuff, and I really learned this from Maurice, but one of the things that I've always understood is when you do someone else's music, why are you doing it exactly the way they did it? That doesn't make sense. You got to bring something to a song. And so when you start fiddling around with Marvin Gaye and Donny Hathaway and Sam Cooke, Johnny Taylor, you know, even Peebo Bryson, Jeffrey Osborne, when you start messing around with their music, you better be bringing it
Yes, baby.
because their stamp is all over it. And if you can't do anything different with the song, why are you doing it anyway? One of the songs I love that Walter Beasley did was he redid, what's the song? When I wake up in the morning.
A lovely day.
Lovely
He
day.
redid Lovely Day.
Oh,
Check him out.
Oh my gosh. Yes, YouTube.
Yeah.
Walter Beasley, Lovely Day.
Yeah, check it out.
So
Check it out. And Walter Beasley is a unique individual because you don't find horn players that sing. And that boy can sing. And so, check out his music. Support him. Follow him. When he's in town, go check him out. It's a treat. But he did a beautiful rendition of that cover, A Lovely Day, and it's off hook. So if you're gonna do someone else's music, make sure you're bringing something else to it. Otherwise, just leave it alone. It doesn't make any sense. And so that's sort of the way that I look at it.
Yeah.
Okay, Fred on TikTok asked Papa C, do you mix and master your records?
I have, but no, that's too much for my ears. I get burnt out. The person that does a lot of my mixing and mastering is Sheely's brother. Well, I've known that family for well over 55 plus years. And the great Peter
Michael.
Peter Michael
Uncle Peter Michael
Escovedo, Peter Michael Escovedo. Shout out to him. He is a master at mixing and mastering, and so he does a lot of our music for us. And no, I do not. Every now and again, I might mix a song, but I have it mastered somewhere else. That's just way too much burnout for my ears.
Oh, and shout out to Senior Terrence on TikTok. Senior Terrence is awesome, always supporting us on TikTok and moderating when he can. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rizzle me this. No, he's not doing any of that. He just said, what's your favorite unorthodox time signature or key? Can't say that I have one, but I will tell you this. On the country song that is on our second album, there is a time signature change that happens in the chorus. And it goes from, what is technically, I want to get the numbers right. It goes from 4/4 to 7/4, and then back to 4/4 in the chorus. Thank you, Sunny Island. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Jane Roper, for all of the birthday wishes.
Can I read that comment right
Yes,
there?
baby.
Ride on YouTube. I can't, oh my God, okay.
I don't catch y'all live much. I live in Alaska.
Thank
Oh,
you.
dang. No, he's repeating
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Look.
I don't catch y'all live much. I live in, okay,
Just
I'm reading
keep
it from
showing
here,
up.
reading it from here.
Okay.
I don't catch y'all live much. I live in Alaska, but watch all shows since 2021 started on Facebook.
Oh my
Then
gosh.
moved to YouTube. I love the C fam.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Ride.
Alright.
Thank you.
Also,
Hey, Sir General said, happy 30th birthday, Mama C.
yes, no, 20.
Yo, if
Oh,
I
that would make
No.
sense.
if I could have my young knees back, I mean, they were bad. I was a figure skater, so my knees were kind of toe up. So, I think if I could be blessed with something after if I could get my wish of world peace and health for everybody, universal health care, I would ask for fresh knees.
Oh, I want to comment. Who asked about the time signatures?
Rizzle me this.
I've still been trying to figure it out, what the specific time signature is on this specific Journey song. Dead or Alive, whenever they change it goes from the intro, and then the intro to the chorus. It's really good, and I've been trying to figure out what the time signature is without having to look it up. And I really like it. That's a great song. Here.
I don't really have one.
Me either.
I like 6/8, even though it's not
Oh, it's
really
an odd.
unorthodox. But I guess it's like outside of 4/4, like it's really good. I like the swing of it.
Swang.
Okay.
Papa C, there's a question for you from Senior Terrence. Sorry, Senior Terrence, I didn't mention it earlier. Can everyone be taught to sing?
Absolutely.
Can anyone be taught to sing?
Absolutely. If you can talk, you can sing. If you can walk, you can dance. My wife will tell you that I've had vocal students who walked in tone deaf singing in the industry right now as backup singers for some of the biggest names in this business. So at one point, I was getting a lot of American Idol rejects, people who, a lot of these shows already know what they want when you go on there. And so, these were many of my students, and many of them are out there doing their thing, they're in the industry, and they're having fun.
Okay, Martin A. Briggs, musically speaking, what is the end game for you as a family and individually? Or are you content with what is at hand?
James Floyd, look at that.
You didn't listen to my question.
I'm sorry.
Martin A. Briggs asked, musically speaking, what is the end game for you as a family and individually? Or are you content with what is at hand? I'm gonna answer these.
With music, there is no end game. Music
Mm-hmm.
it's always in perpetual and continuous motion. As a music person, as a person who I consider myself to be music, living in vibration and resonant frequency with life. And as life moves, we move with life and vibration, and so there's always music. And the music is continuous. It's always in continuous motion. The great thing about waking up in the morning is that there's always something that I can learn. Yeah, they gave me a master's degree in music. That's some bullshit. Music is really, has nothing to do with that. Music is something that comes from a place that just can't be given to you.
Yeah.
You know, that's a really interesting question. But I will tell you, as far as I'm concerned, what I teach them is that we are always evolving, and you can never get too satisfied where you don't think that you can become or do better or grow or learn other music, Eastern music, world music. The question was asked earlier, what instrument what was the question? Something about?
Would you want to play? Like
I was given a sitar, and I'm getting ready to lay into that. So it's an ever-growing situation, and anyone who is complacent and thinks that they have made it or arrived, or thinks that there's an end game, there's no such thing. And that's what makes it exciting about being music, about playing music, about connecting to music, is that it's always a joy to get up every morning and learn something different. I'll put on an Oscar Peterson or play some Art Tatum, and there's always something in there that I steal, I borrow, that I pick up. I like to listen to horn players, Charlie Parker, Train, Lee Morgan, and one of my favorites, which I don't have an absolute favorite, but one of my favorites is Clifford Brown. The Clifford Brown. His son is one of my best friends.
Can I answer some
So, yeah, I'm always learning and always evolving.
Terry Milburn asked on TikTok, has it been difficult to stay with your originality in this trend-set world?
Oh, no.
Oh,
Absolutely
give me
not.
that.
Oh, before we answer the question, thank you 109 Soul.
Here, okay. For us, well, I don't know, because we're like, the younger ones we don't really care about trends and stuff on social media. So, I guess not.
What was the question?
Wait, can you repeat the question? Repeat it.
Has it been difficult to stay with your originality in this trend-set world?
Well, for me at least, it's like,
He wants to answer.
if you think about it, all the trends are very it's like, they're either really boring.
Oh my
really
God!
What the
You
heck?
guys scared me. Why would you do that?
I'm sorry, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Here.
Alan Ferguson. Sorry you shocked us with that. Thank you so much. Alan Ferguson said thank you for inspiring us all with your beautiful music. Oh,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Alan Ferguson, thank you so much.
Y'all scared.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We probably shouldn't have screamed.
Thank you all.
Oh my
Thank
God,
Alan
let me
Ferguson,
what's
thank you so much. That caught me off guard.
Wow, thank you.
Almost made me start boo-hooing.
I know, I'm starting to
Mommy's crying.
Oh, wow, I lost track of the question. What was the question?
Is it hard staying?
Original in this.
Is it hard?
Wait, has it been difficult to stay with your originality in this trend-set world?
Wait, Niall wanted to answer as well.
Oh, I have a mic right here, so. Let me
Wow.
see if I can gather my thoughts. God. No. Just to keep it short, no. We like what we do, and we respect the trends and stuff, but it's not something that we subscribe to or we're trying to follow. We try to stay in our own lane and stuff. So, yeah.
And when you
Yeah, I just want to go.
Okay. So I feel like if you're following what other people are doing, you lose your entire sense of self because you are following what other people are doing, and you are doing things you wouldn't think you would actually do because you're literally brainwashing yourself into thinking you like those things that other people like to do, that and you like to do the things that other people do. So if you follow those things, you won't be able to find yourself inside.
and also trends come and go. So when it goes, you're just like you're being left behind basically.
Yeah.
When it leaves.
And again, there's nothing wrong with trends as well. Like there are trends from different eras. One of my favorite things with fashion and kind of seeing the trends of what was going on in different eras. So there's nothing wrong with trends, but for us as a family and what we like, that's never really been an issue because we always want to be original. So yeah.
You know.
Did you want to add?
Oh no, it's just someone had a question.
Well, let's finish this question.
Oh,
okay. Yeah.
Mommy, you wanna add to that?
Oh, so I've actually sometimes I wish the children would be more excited to do something that's trending.
I know.
Because I'm like, well, I'm just a numbers person, so I'm like, hey, then we'll go viral over this. And across the board with everyone here, they're like, I could care less what's trending. They are more about what is true and what speaks to them in their hearts. So yeah. Sunny Island said Alan Ferguson dropped some serious annual lunch money to y'all. Serious love. Thank you so much. Yeah, it got me emotional. Jordan Barbie was like, is Mama C okay? So yeah, everyone, all the gifts on TikTok.
Thank you.
Everyone that's gifting us, it is not lost on me how hard it is on everyone during this time. Not the top 1%, I'm not talking about them. But for everyone, for all of you to just be gifting us, wow, thank you so much.
Let me address the trend thing.
Right.
Absolutely not. And the reason is, there are no Marvin Gayes, there are no Stevie Wonders, there are no more Steve Perrys. I don't know what's going on with music today. It's watered down, and it's not that I don't believe that there aren't talented people out there. It's just that the radio stations and the people who are controlling airplay and the music, they have an agenda. And that agenda sucks. And they're playing garbage on the radio. And I'm not saying that all the music that's out there is garbage, but there is this weirdness going on where all of the music is not being represented in the right way. It's like this. It was very hard to just get into this because this is a touchy subject with me. That the radio stations are basically sold out. Record companies, there are no more infrastructures anymore. So the process of record companies vetting these radio stations and grooming artists is no more. And so artists are out there just trying to do it the best that they can, and they're being ripped off left and right by all of these new agencies that have popped up. And then the radio stations don't want to play real music. They want to play the garbage that's out there. So I stand firm and do not chase the radio today. Now, if you want to chase the radio of yesterday.
Ooh.
Because that music meant something. They were saying something. There people were speaking truth to power. They were talking about real things, real issues. And what do you hear on the radio today? You don't hear it. You might hear some in hip hop, but they're even controlling hip hop. And hip hop has done probably, I mean, if you look at what hip hop has done for music, it's incredible. But at the same time, these people who are running these companies, they're only playing certain types of hip hop. They won't play the true hip hop that's speaking truth to power. They won't play music that's speaking truth to power. So it's just totally lopsided. So we're not getting the real depth of what music truly represents on these radio stations and on these platforms. So yes, I do not follow trends. That's just me personally. I've spoken out about this, and I always tell my students why they shouldn't follow trends. Because when you follow the trends, as one of my daughters expressed, you lose yourself. And following trends today, I wouldn't follow a trend today. If you're gonna follow somebody, follow the old cats.
The Royal League family, Sinbad's Funk Fest 1998 classic. Watch, oh man.
You mean the summer jams?
One of my favorite Sinbad like summer jams is and I watch this often, is Cameo's.
Yes.
Cameo when they I think it's the only one that I've seen that's available on YouTube. I'm a huge Cameo fan. And Larry Blackman is of course donning the all black with his red thing in the bottom. Aruba, that's right. Royal League family. Yeah. Yeah. So but you know, Sinbad actually opened for Papa C. I have this cute picture of Papa C when he looked like a baby, but he's standing with Sinbad and Lenny Williams, and that was the tour. Was that the same tour you were with with Phyllis Hyman?
Yes, it was.
I know. It's like he has this cute picture where they're like face to face.
Oh yeah, so cute.
With the Phyllis Hyman.
Daddy
Yeah,
was like a
We
chipmunk.
were in the Caribbean, and Hubert was
sorry,
with me.
honey.
Hubert Eves was actually on that with us as well.
Okay. Oh yeah, my favorite one, the Sinbad Summer Jam. Larry Graham's was amazing.
Hey, how big? We got a question
John,
on
We got a
TikTok.
lot of questions.
Wait.
A lot of questions. Go
John
for it.
Turner does Niall study Verdine White.
Well, who do you study now? Share who you study.
I mostly just listen to music and like it's not just bass players, but like when I look at bass players, I just study their technique. So like someone like Thundercat, who's my favorite bass player, I notice and like a lot of bassists who are like on a similar like level of speed as him, he mutes the bridge with dang near all his fingers when he's playing that fast. So like when he rakes, he also uses his ring finger, right? So I just look at technique when I'm studying them. I also just kind of try to soak it in and hear like stuff I could take inspiration from, and I think that's it. Yeah. But yeah. So I just based off of that, I kind of like just study like all kinds of music and all kinds of bass players. But yeah.
We got a whole poster.
So, just so you know, when he started, I started him. I'm his first bass teacher.
Papa.
And when we started, I opened him up to all of the great bassists. So at this point, he has his own way of you know, his own view, and that's what, you know, what we try to impart to them is we get them on the road, and once they're on the road, it's up to you to continue that journey on your own tool. And so some of the first bass players that I opened them up to were Milt Hinton, Oscar Pettiford, James Jamerson, Jocko, of course, Larry Graham, definitely, when it comes to the funky side of stuff. Victor Wooten, Victor Bailey, these are cats that we, when he first started playing bass, that I turned him on to make sure that he had some grounding when it came to, you know, the understanding of the music.
Yeah.
Sir
hey!
General. Oh.
Hold on, sorry, we got another musical family watching. I recognize Earth Sunshine.
Earth Sign Sunshine.
She and her husband just got their oldest a bass for his birthday.
Ooh.
Yay!
Sir General.
Sir General.
Where do y'all get your strong
Sense of fashion.
Answer the second
Sense
question too, because
what was it?
somebody asked who chooses the colors for
Oh yeah. I really
performances.
want
Papa
to
C and Zara.
please.
Yeah.
And their sense of fashion comes from this man. The joke in the house is that they have to identify what I'm wearing, and sometimes they'll send me back, or sometimes Niall will see what I put on and he'll be like, you better change before Zahara sees you. So they get that from Papa.
I'd say in terms of style and like how they dress, definitely Zahara. I mean Papa for Zahara, they're like very similar, but not. I wouldn't say me, in my opinion.
Came from this woman, my mother.
Oh,
Peter.
oh, you can't see her.
Yeah,
Don't forget to look at
that's where it all came from. My mother and my father.
TikTok.
This is Miss Lucille.
Yeah.
You see her? She's so beautiful.
She's so pretty.
So
That's
if-
my mama.
If you have our first album, Awaken, there's a song dedicated to this beautiful woman here, and it's called Miss Lucille. That's actually one of my favorite songs on our first album. Awaken.
Definitely turned them on to Bootsy Collins. How can you not?
How can you not? How can you not, baby?
Do you like the movie Crooklyn? Love it.
Classic. Hey, wait, I have
Love
a
it.
question.
Love the remake of People Make the World Go Round on that too.
There are many questions.
People
on
are saying
TikTok.
that you guys are twins. I know, Papa C looks so
I
much
know.
like
They look just like each other.
How do you view playing in church for development and musicianship? I think that's one of the best places. And if you have not yet, pick up the book by Henry Louis Gates Jr. called The Black Church. It is so wonderful because it shows the importance of the black church in America, and that it was a safe space. It was the only safe space where black Americans could feel safe and express themselves. So that's why you saw incredible talent come out of the black church, and it still comes out of the black church today.
But understand this, the blues was first. The blues was first. And I'm gonna repeat that again. The blues was first. And you got a lot of people out there in the gospel world who try to claim that gospel was first. Oh my God.
OGT -3.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
Let's
So-
read his thing.
Read it.
Read it.
You have to read it.
Here, read it.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to figure out what I love the most about this family. Is it the beautiful ladies and handsome men? Is it the hair or the outfits or the love for the music? True blessing to the world. Thank you.
Oh my
you.
gosh. Thank you.
OGT
OGT -3.
-3.
All right, let Papa
Wow.
continue.
Okay,
Papa continue.
sorry, darling. Continue.
So I am the department head of Black Music Studies at the San Francisco Community Center, and one of the things that has been a misnomer is when people say that he sounds like a gospel singer. That's the blues, y'all. And if you don't believe me, if you can go and dig up Mr. What's his name?
Andrew, Thomas Andrew.
Thomas Andrew Dorsey and ask him what he went through when he tried to introduce the music into the church. He was thrown out, ostracized for bringing what he called gospel music, which had blues rhythms and blues melodic structure to it. So before that, we were singing hymns. But when he brought the blues to the church, that's when gospel music, the birth of gospel music, came into fruition. So let's be straight about this. The blues was first. And you can trace even the melodic structure of the blues with a flat third and flat at 7, and even with a flat at 5. You trace that back to ancient times. You trace that back to Africa.
Rhymes.
So this is what we've given to the world.
Jordan Barbie's asking Papa C a question. He says, if you know, Jordan Barbie changed his name, so it's November 1996. So has Papa C ever played in Berklee School of Music?
A very long time ago.
Just Twin said, what are some of your all-time favorite
family bands?
Yeah.
Well, let's start off with our close family, the Escobedo family.
Yes. Hey, Escobedo. Let's start off with another close
Melodious.
family to our hearts. Melodious.
Melodious.
The DeBarge family.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Uncle
The
L.
Silvers.
The Silvers. The 5 stair steps.
Yeah.
Of course, the
Of course,
Jacksons.
the Jacksons.
Oh.
The Jacksons. That's without saying.
That's
like
no-brainer.
seeing sunshine. Like there.
But I do want to say this. We get compared to a lot of that. But this is a group with mom and dad and children. This is not a 5 with just children. This is with mom, dad, and children. We are a family band for reals. So,
Period.
you know, we just want to make sure that people understand that, because we've been offered a lot of money to take our children and try to make a Jackson 5, and that's not our purpose. You know, and people, you need to understand that there's more to life than trying to duplicate something that happened before. We are on our own journey, and so we're not hindering them. We're not hindering anyone. We've heard people say ridiculous stuff like that. And why is it that people always want to try to break up a family? It's just ridiculous. We're not holding anyone in this house handcuffed. Everyone in here wants to do this. And we are a family. And I'll tell you, I was watching Damon Wayans talk about his family.
Oh, I love that.
And
Yeah.
that's the kind of family we are. Everyone in here, we argue, fuss, and fight like anybody else, but we love each other. Everyone here loves each other. And we don't let anything get in the way of our love and our commitment to each other.
Sir
sorry.
Generals
Oh.
was mentioning before, in Florida, there's a lady named Miranda Curtis.
As a gospel
Oh,
singer.
Gospel singer,
yeah.
was it Miranda?
Are we related? Let's see. Well, I have a question. I mean, really a statement on TikTok, and absolutely. And I see like there are people love what Papa C is saying, and what I love about what Papa C does as the head of the Black Music Studies at the Community Music Center is that the music that we all enjoy, the music that we love, that came through enslaved people, that came from enslaved Africans, that came from my husband and his family, the line of ancestry, to give the world what the world now enjoys. It is world music. When you see K-pop, when you see J-pop, they're doing Black American music, Black American stylings. All of that is rooted from pain and suffering. There's blood that was paid for this music. And I personally would love to see if there was more reverence paid to that and honoring the ancestors that gave us the roots of this music. So yeah, that's what I absolutely love about what my husband does, and when he teaches to all of his students. He teaches everyone that, so then there can be first an appreciation and reverence paid to the music. Amen. So someone also on TikTok also asked about the, please mention the Funk Brothers. Absolutely. So if you've seen, what's the documentary called?
Standing in the shadows of Motown.
Yeah, yeah, and
Brower, I think it was.
yeah, I really love that. I love that. It's, and
Isn't Andre
they-
Brower narrating it, right?
oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but if you all can, please watch Standing in the Shadows of Motown. Is it Standing in the
Standing in the
Shadows?
shadows of Motown.
Yeah, and the Funk Brothers are amazing, and they were amazing artists. And most people would say that, yeah, they were jazz musicians, but we got to start calling the music what it is. That's American classical music. It's a fantastic documentary, absolutely.
Yeah,
So
Andre Brower did narrate.
Oh,
he did. Oh, okay,
We
yo.
love Andre Brower.
We love Andre Brower because of Brooklyn Nine-Nine and what Brooklyn Nine-Nine means to the family.
Yeah. Any questions on TikTok? We'll make
Oh,
sure
yeah.
we're doing it evenly.
Yeah, so Justified, you know him, we did Justified All-Star. What's up? That's family. He asked, let me get the question, if I can find it again. Oh no, I need to find it. So many questions. On the record, here we go. I think I can find it. He asked, well, basically, since we're around each other here, how do you guys keep the harmony? We spend so much time together. How do we keep it harmonious?
Well, we're practicing all the time, and you know, us being family, we have an advantage because, you know, us being related, we all kind of sound similar. So we have an advantage, but we always practice and try to keep everything sharp. But yeah.
The music keeps us connected.
Yeah.
It's the music that keeps us connected. We've been through it, you guys. We just jump out like this. We've been homeless actually before. We've experienced some things in life that I believe made us closer. My wife is also educated as well. She has her degrees in business, and so when we took them out of school and we saw how the influence of parents who weren't really investing time in teaching their children not only how to learn, but how to behave, etiquettes, manners. We had to take our children out of there because we could see how it was beginning to infiltrate even our own family situation, and we weren't gonna have that. So we took them out of the school and we homeschooled them ourselves, and then people told us we were crazy for doing it. Then when the pandemic went down, everybody was calling us trying to ask and figure out, you know, to get our help and helping them to homeschool their own children. So, you know, we had a purpose and a plan. And so, you know, it's been working, and we teach our children about commitment, not only to one another, but to our community. We do a lot of community work. And I think I'll let my wife speak on that.
On community work, sorry, I was
Yeah.
also moderating this. Our community work, well, in my own life, my parents were older when they had me. My mother was in her 40s, my father was in his 50s. So I was always around older people. And I was a knucklehead when I was younger. If it was not for my elders and my older cousins, my aunts and uncles, and the community around me checking me, I probably wouldn't be here. So I knew that one day when I would have children, I wanted that. So my husband and I, we knew that when we started working with older adult choirs that we wanted our children around them, growing up around their elders. And so when you see our children, they seem so uniquely grounded. Not only do they come from, you know, grounded parents, but they've been around their community. They've seen all levels of people, and they realize from no matter how little you may have or how much you may have, we're all the same. We all have the same needs. It's just our perspectives are different. And if we can just always operate with the spirit of love, real love, not superficial doing things for the camera, but a consistent, being on a consistent vibration of love, then you'll really know what life is all about. Did I answer the question? I feel like I'm just on a tangent. Renee is here. Everybody say hi, Miss Renee. So if you see Renee H415 on TikTok, Miss Renee was one of their teachers at McKinley Elementary when they went there, and we love Renee. She came all the way out to Los Angeles when we were on the second round of America's Got Talent, and she showed up as the Curtis Family C-Notes super fan. Literally, she had a yellow cape, golden cape, golden letters with the Curtis Family C-Notes. Her and Miss Johnson came out to LA, and it was so amazing to see familiar faces in the audience. It was amazing. And Miss Renee said they are amazing students. Amen. There's a good question on the Power program on TikTok. Is family dinner still together, a group sit down? This doesn't happen often anymore.
Yeah, we
we still do it.
Yeah, we still do it. I mean, we've been very, very busy
Kiki can
because we're always on the go. But I'll let Kiki.
Wait, why me?
Just answer.
Because
You're not talking.
because you do a lot of the cooking and you haven't said much.
Yeah.
I said it.
We do it when we can, and when we set up the table, we put like a nice tablecloth, and we set up we usually do like when the food is still in the pot, we put it on the table and we like serve it like a little banquet.
A little
Yeah.
Yeah.
Banquet.
So here, let me mention something. Oh, here.
So Kyra is really, Gigi Green on YouTube's asked, is your family going to watch We Want the Funk documentary on PBS?
Of course.
Of course.
And Papa C. Pete.
Ooh, OGT -3 said, Papa C. Peep Games.
Help.
Papa C. Peep Game years ago. Amen. Go. Oh, let the frog answer some questions. Yes. Okay, let's bring out Curmudgeon Curtis. So on, let's start with YouTube. Have you ever considered coming to the Midwest? Okay, on YouTube.
Yeah, we're coming. We're coming everywhere.
Curmudgeon Curtis is saying hi and is thinking about coming to the Midwest, or are we going? Say yes, nod your head for yes, shake your head for no. What is it, Curmudgeon Curtis? Yes, Curmudgeon Curtis said yes. CC the frog said yes. The Royal League family said if that frog speaks, I'm gonna fall out. I love this.
All right, TikTok.
Okay, what about TikTok? So on TikTok they said, what about NYC? Come to Harlem, please. Yes for, nod for yes, shake your head for no. Let's see. So CC the frog is thinking about it, and it's a yes. And an enthusiastic yes.
That is so
Oh wait, a frog, Curtis? I rebuke that. Sir General?
Yes.
Why?
Rebuke thee.
Why you rebuke
Oh,
my
man.
frog?
So Ray on TikTok, has the family seen the new Sly Stone Black Genius documentary? No, I have not.
I have.
Oh, you have? You seen it? Oh my gosh. OMG, Idris Elbow said, OMG Kermit, I love your work. Oh, I love this. I love it so much. So everyone that is outside of California, we are really working hard to get a tour vehicle so then we can come see y'all. And just like Papa C said, we've been approached by different agencies, but they have their certain ideas of what venues and what things we should be doing, and they tend to be at odds with what we want to do. And we insist on everywhere we go, we want to offer free music workshops. So not only do we perform, but perhaps the day before or day after we perform, we have free community events where we teach people how to be musical together, especially with especially with families, so we won't be such an anomaly. Musical families, that was something that my husband grew up with. That was normal for families to be musical, so we want to bring that back. The Power Program said, no, don't settle, do it your way, yeah. So what are your hobbies outside of music?
Let me address that. Eventually, if we find the right company that wants to work with us in the way that we want, and that is for us to be able to, when we come to your cities and your towns, to be able to spend time in the community. We're community people. And a lot of these people, it's like, an assembly line. They just want you to just get in there and do it. We ain't paying, we're not gonna do that. So if we can find a company that really wants to serve the community and help us serve the community, not only with just playing music, but connecting with the community across the country and across the world, then we'll be okay with that.
Hold on.
Okay.
Sunny Island asked if Kiki bakes Cornish hens. We are
What
vegan.
is that?
Yeah, we're very.
We are vegan.
What's
Those are small
They're
hens.
small hens.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
are vegan.
They're the size of
She'll make Cornish hens if they're Cornish kale hens.
How?
Or tofu.
Uh-uh.
Or tofu, please tofu.
So anyways, So what are your our interests outside of music? You can start first, Kiki.
Oh.
Come on, Phoenix.
Yeah, come sit back down. Get
Yeah,
that frog out of
Curmudgeon has
here.
already asked the question.
Plans for Juneteenth. We have things tentative, but if you know of anything, Earth Sunshine, let us know.
Yes.
Okay, so
Sit down.
outside of music, interests outside of music. Here we go.
Okay.
Like your hobbies.
Yeah, hobbies. I like playing basketball, and I like to build stuff, whatever I want. And I like to build things, whatever I want. Just like an item I want to wear or a thing I want. I don't know.
Yeah, our hobbies, I like, some of y'all follow me on my art account, and I like to crochet, and I try to do a little bit of knitting. I do watercolor and other art forms that I haven't done in a while that I want to get back into, so yeah. You know, this is stuck on something, hold on.
Oh!
Here,
Oh.
lift.
Is it Niall now? Niall, why are you so far back in the shadows? In the shadows. Niall's in the shadows.
Hello. Let's see, I like Legos, I like Marvel, I like comics, I like stop motion animation. Yeah, it's
Okay.
very cool. Oh, and I like Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Hold on, let me get this thing. D Wonder said, "Are you okay with flying down south for a weekend show? All expenses will be covered."
Yeah!
Yes.
Yes.
But you know what, Dwonder? It might be cheaper for you just to rent us a band vehicle for that time. Because otherwise you'd have... Airline tickets are really expensive.
Yeah, and
Hey,
we're
King
not-
Callie is here, and I will do all I can to help security, producing, promotion. Let me know. Oh, thank you so much, Royal Family, Royal League family, and A King Callie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Thank you so much.
So hobbies, I really like reading. I just like going outside in general. Like if we go outside to go to a walk, if we go hiking, if we do like anything that's like that like actively moves my body around, then yes.
Any fairy activities.
Yes. So Isis, you are gonna have fun if you just walk outside with Isis.
Yeah.
Isis is gonna find a way, and then you'll come back with like 100 new friends. Isis is the most social out of all of us, and her and Papa C are definitely the most social. And really,
What?
Someone asked the
No,
question, but
your
That's
hobbies.
the wrong question.
Oh,
The wrong-
Yeah.
well, I like to draw.
And she
he plays
yeah,
hours of
yeah.
Roblox.
and she likes to make a lot of Roblox money.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jordan Barbie on YouTube, or just real quick, said, "What is my favorite thing to knit?" Wrong
well,
question. To
I
one person.
Knit, because I didn't make this.
Oh, they were
Zahara
talking
made
about
it.
Zahara.
No, it's okay.
Anyone else's
Zahara made it.
hobbies outside of
She
music?
said, oops, sorry, I forgot.
So what's your
Yeah.
favorite thing to knit?
No, that wasn't her asking.
Did
the
everyone
question.
say their hobby outside of music?
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
really
Mama, you
fun.
didn't say it yet.
Real big stuff.
Oh, do you all do these lives often, like outside of Monday Night Live rehearsals? No, Nick, no. And Julian, I believe, no. We are all vegan, yes. And we have 2 August birthdays here. It's Zahara and Niall Curtis. And shout out to the Power Program on TikTok. That is their nonprofit. So if you check out the Power Program, they are advocates for social justice. So they want to, I'm not sure if that's how you wrote it, but yeah, that's what their nonprofit is aimed at. So thank you so much, the Power Program. Thank you for helping the community. And
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Did Papa say outside of music? No, you didn't.
Outside of music, I am a couch physicist. I love physics, everything about it.
And health, like
From-
health research.
From top
as
to
well.
bottom, nutrition is another one of my favorite. If you had it,
If you had the chance to collab with an artist, dead or alive, who would it be? Ooh, yes, we are 49ers fans.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Mama is a big hater.
Who wants to answer that question?
If you had the chance to collab with an artist, dead or alive, who would it be? This is from Idris Elba.
I want to answer. So for me, maybe not in like a studio kind of session, but like for a NPR Tiny Desk, I'd want to be performing with E40.
Oh!
Bro, it was always like a dream of mine when I was younger to like do a collaboration with Tina Turner. So it was when I was younger. Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was her.
Anyone else?
Wow.
I don't know. I can't think of one.
Oh wow. You know who I would? Only because I've heard not just from Papa C, but from everyone that we've run into that knew Miss Lucille. If we could have collaborated with anyone, I think it would be Miss Lucille. If any of you have seen videos of Phoenix hitting those Minnie Riperton, Mariah Carey, Betty Wright notes, that comes from Miss Lucille. Miss Lucille, she, everyone I've spoken to, they said there were a lot of people from Second Union, they said she was the most incredible singer they have ever heard. There was even a woman there that said, Aretha Franklin knew who Miss Lucille Wong Robinson was.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, she would be someone who I'd want to hear and collaborate with.
Yeah, 'cause
I got it.
I think, wow,
I just really did.
I would have loved to have done some work with Clifford Brown, Charlie Parker, and Joe. I'd actually talked to Joe.
Joe Sample?
Joe Sample. Joe Sample and I had the same music teachers. In fact, they were at Texas Southern, and they were kicked out of Texas Southern for McCarthyism. And when they were kicked out of Texas Southern for McCarthyism, they came to Grambling and became the music department at Grambling. And so that was where I got my formal training. I would say I would love to do some stuff with, would have loved to have worked with Joe. Joe Sample is one of my favorite piano players, along with Thelonious Monk. I kind of resonate with them in a way that I don't with other musicians as far as piano players.
Did you say your hobby? Yeah. Did you talk about baseball?
Oh.
No, let us talk about how big of a fan Papa C is with baseball. So let's say we're sitting here and the Warriors are winning, right? And then Phoenix decides to get up and use the restroom, and someone misses a play. And then it'd be like, Phoenix, just because you left, you better come back here and sit down so then the Warriors can start winning again.
Help.
It's insane. Help. Major help. The Curtis mod is a movement. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Someone said, go Warriors. Oh, the Warriors.
Thanks, Warriors.
We won't talk about that last game, but that's okay. Go Warriors. Zodiac, y'all feel about quartet music?
Beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah, we love
Beautiful.
quartets.
Like singing quartets or just quartets in general?
But
In general,
did she ask for
awesome.
zodiac signs?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you know, if you believe in the whole astrology thing, I suppose I'd be an Aries.
I grew up as a Sagittarius and found out that I was actually Ophiuchus.
True.
Because of the 13th constellation.
Okay.
It was Pisces, but then Mama said because of the 13th zodiac, it's supposed to be Aquarius.
I don't know. That's just according. If you want to do that stuff, you know what I'm saying.
Niall's a Leo. I'm a Leo.
Gemini.
Gemini.
Cancer.
Cancer. Cancer.
But yeah, we love quartet music. It's gorgeous.
So Miss Renee, she asked if we're worried about the arts. Yeah, the arts.
It's good.
Well, when leaders decided to cut funding to the arts, they knew what they were doing. And when arts encourages critical thinking, it encourages you to look outside of yourself, and the arts encourage you to reflect. If you are reflecting on your own actions, if you're reflecting on the bigger picture, you're gonna start peeping game. So if you start eliminating funding,
Hello. Turn that off.
that's my phone. I'm so sorry. But with the, sadly, with the economic times that we're facing now, sadly, those are the best times for the arts because the rich become richer and they need more tax write-offs. So you need to start amping up your grant writing skills and just asking money from a lot of your rich friends because a lot of the laws that are passed right now are benefiting the top 10%. Right? Ready?
Kiki, you had something?
Kista?
Kiki?
Gemini, let go!
No, I was just pointing upstairs like,
I'm a bow and arrow constellation. Okay, Jordan Bobby. Music encourages discipline. That's right. That's right, absolutely. And when you start making things like, for instance, when Papa C was coming up, there were a lot of free programming. There were a lot of free things for the youth. Now, you can hardly find anything that is just free for the youth. There are a lot of barriers and a lot of things that are not accessible. So what happens if you're young and you don't have anything to do? You get in trouble. That is what they count on because they know that will affect young, low-income, black and brown folk. They know this. And right now, what we have to do as a community is come together. And parents, if you're listening out there, you gotta allow other people to check your kids. Even though it's embarrassing on you, they can't put their hands on your kids. But by golly, if I'm in the store and I see some random child just running around, and then if you check them, here comes one of their parents, oh, don't talk to my kid like that. Your child could have hit their head, slipping on something over here because you weren't watching them. So we got to get back to the time where when I was coming up, if an adult checked me and my parents saw that, guess what? I was in more trouble because they got embarrassed that someone else had to check me. So if we can get back to that mentality of it takes a village, that's right. Okay, the Royal League family said, I'm allergic to pesticides, so what can I do when it comes to eating fruits and vegetables? I'm hungry and meat is no longer satisfying. Answer that, Papa.
Well, there's all kinds of things that you can do. We try to buy organic. We don't really do anything other than organic. Farmers markets, if you're gonna, buy vegetables and fruit, You actually are not supposed to be eating fruit every day. Fruit is supposed to be seasonal. And
Certain fruits.
Yeah, certain fruits. And fruits really actually help you to store up fat. And so they're only supposed to be eaten during a certain time of the year. And it's getting close to the winter months so that you can store fat up in your body. The other thing is even the organic stuff that we eat, because the USDA is just, oh my God, I'm not even gonna get into that one. But just put it this way, American food is banned in how many countries?
Oh, and too
Oh,
many.
it's-
That's something
it's-
you can
yeah.
Google.
So you can Google
How many countries?
to see what our
ban
food
American-
has been doing to people. And if you look at how we look now versus how we, back in the day, how we grew up,
Yeah.
everyone was slim. So what we do is we carefully soak our vegetables to wash them from pesticides. And we have different techniques and different kinds of things that we use, like baking soda, different type of oils to clean our food.
So like if you just Google it, how many countries ban American foods? 21 countries have banned American milk due to concerns about hormone treatment in cows, according to, and then the EU bans U.S. beef and chicken due to hormone use in cattle and the use of chlorine washing on poultry. So you can go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a trip.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, where are we? Mama C, you're
That's not good.
speaking the truth about checking others' kids. Yeah. So
Yeah.
well, what's interesting about it? A lot of people, they see like even us checking each other. Like for instance, there's this fear amongst a lot of people if you tell them like, that was racist what you did. People are like, oh my gosh, I'm not a racist. It's like, yo, calm down. You didn't know. I'm letting you know because I'm sharing love with you so you don't repeat that behavior. We have to let our children know about getting checked so then when they're adults and they get checked, there's not this defensive thing that's happening. Like my husband, oh Lord. Hey y'all, what happens when somebody reaches across Papa to get something at the store? What happens? It's hilarious. My husband, so have y'all ever been at the store and somebody just reaches across from you like you're not there and like gets the grapes or cucumbers or something? This is an example of what I've seen my husband do. I love it so much. He'll be like, excuse me, I'm right here. Has anyone ever told you excuse me? And one time at a Trader Joe's, Papa C was like, this is what's wrong with the world. Nobody knows manners anymore. What is happening? And it was literally like the Sermon on the Mount. There was a small crowd gathering, and they were just watching. He was like, this person right here just clearly did not see me, reached right over me. What is happening? I'm not going to bite. Just say excuse me. This is what's wrong with the world today. The moral standards, just not treating each other with kindness. Then he starts going on about kindness. But the fact that people were standing around listening, they were intrigued. I loved it so much. But yeah, you wanna talk about ticking him off? Just bring up people with bad manners.
So my pet peeve is unkindness. I'm a person and a lover of humanity and human beings. Respect and kindness mean absolutely everything to me. Consideration, saying excuse me, apologizing when you know you're wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. I have an issue with that. And, there's not much that really gets to me, but I do not like to see people being unkind to one another. I have stepped in and have seen people being mistreated and gotten in the middle of it and had to tell people off. I'm not the kind of person that goes looking for trouble, but I'm not afraid to speak my piece and speak my mind because I try to live a righteous life. I'm not self-righteous. Certainly I have my own faults. But growing up as a boxer and a martial artist for over 50 plus years, I guess I have a confident level that just, I have to say something. And if a person even thinks that they want to go there, we can go there. But I'm the kind of person, I'm gonna love you. And you're gonna get all of the love from me, including firm love, if you just misbehave. That's just all it is to it.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's somebody else's child. I'm gonna turn around to the parent and say, you let your child just run around here like that, it's ridiculous. So people got a problem with that, they're gonna have a problem with me.
Yeah.
So I'm just letting you know, I love everyone, but if your child is misbehaving around me, if you're misbehaving around me, you're gonna hear it from me,
Yeah.
whether you want to or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I always tell them, I was like, that's the mark of someone who really loves. You want to see anybody doing better. And the fact that, and I want to say this, my husband is very reflective. That's the only way that we all work as a family. And he encourages us all to be reflective. The one thing that does get on my nerves is that my husband apologizes quickly. He's always the first to apologize. And if I call him out on something, he'll think about it and he'll say, you know what, you're right. I was wrong. I'm going to do better about that. And so I don't want you, a picture being painted that he goes around just checking people. But, because he does reflect. But I will say that when you are checking others out of love, that means that you want to see everyone do better. Whereas for me, if I see somebody doing wrong and I don't check it, it's coming from a space of like, man, I don't care about them. F that, I'm going over here. So if everybody could just get together and just encourage each other to hold each other to the highest standard, man, the world would be something great. Wait, would it be cool if Papa C was a pastor?
I love this.
Wait, okay, and Najwa, do you want to read that song?
I love this on
From
the public
Najwa?
bus.
Oh, I'm from Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, Najwa. I'm
Let her
from
read it.
Missouri. I can show you better than I can tell you. I'm 72. I talk to children all the time, especially on the public bus. I also tutor reading at the library.
Oh, I love that!
They can tell you some stories about me on the bus with high school students and every.
Oh, yeah.
Before, because I thought this question was funny. OGT -3 asked, did Papa C used to go out with his homies singing love songs in the corner?
Oh!
I grew up doo-wopping. We call that doo-wopping. Even underage, I had my bottle of wine. This is for the brothers that ain't here. We did the whole thing just like in Cooley High. I grew up singing in singing groups, playing in bands all my life. That was just part of, I had a group called the Lovejoys back here in San Francisco years ago. And then in Louisiana, I always had bands, always, just always playing music, even the little town called Campty, Louisiana. I was starting bands there.
I knew it.
Always singing on the corner, on the block. And when I got to Grambling, I was singing I would take my guitar and go serenade the sisters, and made the football players mad. They hated me because they thought that I was trying to take all their women. But no, it wasn't like that. I just love music. I just love to play, and people who want to hear it, I play it for them.
Oh, wait, Sir General has a question.
Oh, okay. And then let's get to a few TikTok questions as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was the question?
Sir General asked how many guitars are in the house.
Oh, well, we don't really like to count. We don't really like to count just so people don't need
If you
to
want,
take
you can
inventory.
count.
You can kind of count in there. There's a reason. But anyways, Jay Shar said, so Papa C worked with the supergroup Earth, Wind, and Fire. Yes, so he was signed to Kalimba Records, Earth, Wind, and Fire's record label. Maurice White,
Maurice,
so the founder, the voice of Earth, Wind, and Fire.
producer, writer.
Producer, writer, visionary. He was the executive producer of Maestro's jazz group's album. His jazz group was called Expression, and the album was called Power. And that was when Maestro went by Maestro Brian. But we have a gold record. It's actually being repaired. The frame needs repairing.
Yeah.
But Papa C's record went gold with expression. So yeah, Tower of Powers from Oakland. Yes, absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely.
A few
Yes.
questions on TikTok.
So TikToks, the
Is that
TikToks.
one?
Sorry. I knew it. I could see Papa C doo-wopping on the corner. That's Power Program. Oh, Abdul Akir. Sorry, this is just a Q&A tonight. Well, we will be back playing on our live rehearsal Music Monday at 7:30 p.m. PST. So we are there. We are here every Monday for our live rehearsal. That's when we're playing. I seen a red guitar that looked like a box. Yeah, that's Zahara's.
Oh, that's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine.
Papa C, any memories of producer Charles Stepney?
I met Charles Stepney a very long time ago, and I didn't know that I had until I visited Chicago when I was going to Grambling with a dear friend of mine, Lee Note.
Larry Dunn.
Yeah, Lee Note. He goes by Lee Note because we have the Curtis family C Notes.
Yeah.
But his name is Lee Fuller, from Chicago. He's from Harvey, Illinois, and we went to P&S Studios where Earth, Wind & Fire recorded a lot of their music, and I literally talked to Charles Stepney on the phone. Never met him, but talked to him on the phone, and he okayed it for us to go in the studios, Earth, Wind & Fire studio in Chicago, and record. So, no, I never met him face to face, but had the pleasure of talking to him on the phone. And you talk about one awesome arranger. He's at the top of the list as being one of the best.
Oh, this is a
Wait,
good
hold on,
question.
hold
I've got
on.
a good question here.
The Royal League family said my father has a studio in Discovery Bay, California. He would like to invite you all for a session. I'll DM you on Instagram with more info.
Oh, that's so
Thank
cool. Thank you. Do you guys meditate as a family to stay on an even keel? There is you can say that we do that. We have a day where we don't speak for most of the day. So for instance, we wake up in the morning and there's silence.
There's no phones.
There's no phones.
For at least like a few hours.
No, it's up until that late afternoon. That's always the goal. Sometimes we can't do that, but our goal is from the morning till like the late afternoon. No speaking and not even gesturing. You don't want to do that. You want to just be in your own space and just to literally unplug from everything. And it's amazing what it does for us.
Yeah.
And this was Papa C's idea. And I love it because it does something different for all of us depending on the day. So yeah. Your daughter.
Wait, also,
Yes.
Also, we don't like play any instruments during those hours as well. It's like total silence in the house.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mama, here you go.
Yes. So honey, we are about over 2 hours. So
Yeah.
I think I can't believe that went by really fast. Yeah.
Oh look,
Family that plays.
A family that prays together stays together. Amen. That's right. And I saw some questions on here that they might have gone by so fast, but they asked if we believe in God. And so when we say that, we believe in the God in us, and we believe in the God in all of you, in the people that we meet.
There you go.
And if you operate truly on that level, it's hard. You can't look down on somebody if you see the God in them, and you can't prop up a man when you know that the God in you is the same as the God in that person.
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that bothers. I have a personal pet peeve with this celebrity worship. And it's because you shouldn't treat somebody just because of some fame that they've attained. You shouldn't treat them well because of that. You should treat them well because they're a person. So, yes, we believe in the divine in all of us and in the world and in the universe.
Bottom line, yes. But we have taken it to another level. even in the scripture that says, how can you say
Mm-hmm.
you love me whom you've never seen and hate your brother whom you see daily?
Right,
So
right.
if we're not treating each other right, if we're not being kind, and if we don't see the love in that person, people associate love with God.
Mm-hmm.
God is love. If you don't see the love in humanity and connect with them in that way, you shouldn't even be talking about being a Christian or anything else.
That's right.
So before you can first call yourself anything, you need to adhere to certain things that make sense. And it makes sense as spiritual beings for all of us to connect to each other in spirit. Because even in the scripture it says, they that worship him in truth and spirit. So we don't get caught up in semantics. What we do say is that we know that there's the God. We know that God exists. We all grew up in church. So that could answer one of your questions there.
Yeah.
But a lot of the rhetoric that's being taught in our religious institutions is just that. It's a bunch of garbage. And we're not being taught how to really live today through our spiritual sense and through our third eye and through our spiritual essence and living on God frequency. And so we're more concerned with that than we are calling ourselves anything. Even though we're members of a Methodist church, we're there to help not only edify the purpose of what that church stands for in the community, but we're also there to do what we believe to be the will of the Almighty. And that's how we sum it up. We don't get into anybody's trip when it comes to that.
OGT -3 asked if any of us like to skate or roller blade.
I like.
Ooh.
I like.
I love roller
Skating.
skating,
Answer
rollerblading. I
questions.
love it.
I don't really do. Yeah, I don't really skate, but I do want to, especially to dance on skates. So I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys. So we're gonna have to check out of here. Oh man, thank you all for being here. How can you call me brother? The OKs, don't you call me brother? Great song. Great, thank you so much. Hello, Curtis family, Kizzy family, love y'all. Great music and talented family. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for being here tonight. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for the gifts.
Sunsets or sunrises? Ooh, sunrises if we can get up that early. That is
Oh yeah,
sunrise.
sunrises.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Papa and I were morning people.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking
Yes.
for Daddy,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying a sunrise.
It tends to be
yes.
more quiet.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right,
Jane
family, thank
Holberg.
you. Jane, I really enjoyed this Q&A session. You should do this more often. I'm now off to bed. It's 3:18 a.m. Oh my gosh, Jane, thank you for being
Brother
here.
William Thomas.
Good night, fam. Thank you, William Thomas. Omnipresent Way.
Omnipresent.
Vernon Byers. How do we feel about Southern Cal? Oh, we love war.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Love war.
Yes.
Was a friend of mine.
Group 4 today asked if any of us are black belts. Papa.
Papa C
Yes.
is a 6-degree belt, black belt.
I have 3 black
Sensei.
Oh, what's 3 degrees?
Sensei.
No, I
Seven, six,
no,
you
I have
studied?
I have 3 black belts.
And then, but you studied other disciplines.
Yes,
That's why I'm
yes.
counting it.
Okay, 3. All right, everybody. Good night. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everyone that sent gifts, and thank you so much for the
thank
super
you.
chats on YouTube. My goodness, Alan Ferguson, you blew my mind. But yeah, thank you, OG Team -3. Thank you so much. Thank you everybody for the love.
Turbo Vanilla said, Mama Maria.
I'm a black. Wait, Turbo Vanilli said I'm a black belt just from watching Bruce Lee. I love that. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, it don't work like that. I fought Golden Glove and I fought,
MMA.
Tournaments. So, and not just point tournaments, but real fight.
Yeah.
So it's almost got my teeth knocked out my mouth.
Oh no! So yeah,
Glad there's
join
something
us. Join us Monday, every Monday, 7:30 p.m. PST on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Again, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. This is our 5-year anniversary of live streaming as a family, and Thank you. Band-a-versary. Happy Band-a-versary.
Sir General, love, peace, and hair grease.
Yeah. Thank you,
Good night,
everybody.
Good night, good morning, good
Thank you so
afternoon,
much.
good evening. We will all see you on Monday.
Bye-bye.
Bye. And YouTube. Good night, YouTube.
Yeah.
Good night, TikTok.
Good night.
Bye. J Sharp, Pop got hands.
Oh, God.
All right. We're out.